We begin tonight with breaking news out of Licking County right now. A statewide Amber Alert has been issued for a 1-year-old little girl. Now, Lux Tawari is her name. She has brown hair and brown eyes. She's 1'2" and 17 pounds. She was last seen wearing a red flannel dress and white tights. This is, we do know the suspect is Siwak Tawari. He is 19 years old with brown eyes and black hair, 6 foot, about 120 pounds. Last seen wearing black and red shorts, white Crocs, and a blue Batman shirt. Look for the vehicle, which is a silver Honda SUV. The license plate is KHE 7597. We're continuing our team coverage tonight on the influx of Haitian migrants in Clark County. But first, we begin tonight with the city of Springfield receiving a bomb threat earlier this morning. This, of course, led to several county facilities closing and panic within the community. That's right. Eli Burgett is standing by in Springfield right now. Eli, what can you tell us?
Well, Springfield PD gave us an update just a little bit ago on the status of the bomb threat. We now know that several Clark County locations, including Springfield City Hall right behind us, were evacuated this morning and remain closed for the rest of the day. But the investigation into who sent these threats is still being investigated tonight. And a lot of the citizens of Springfield are just calling for peace. I'm going to step out of the side of the way so you guys can see what's going on behind me. At 8:24 this morning, the city of Springfield received a bomb threat in the form of an email towards city officials. Springfield PD partnered with the Dayton Police Department, the Dayton Bomb Squad, and the Dayton Office of the FBI to carry out a thorough investigation of this threat. In many Clark County locations, as we said before, Springfield City Hall, the Bureau of Motor Vehicles, and Fulton Elementary School were evacuated as a precautionary measure. Now, as for right now, the evacuated buildings are planning to reopen Friday, as there is just no evidence of an actual bomb at their facilities. But the investigation over who may have sent this threat is still ongoing. This threat comes just as tensions over race and ethnicity in Springfield are at an all-time high. Despite efforts from local and state authorities, community members tell us that there is an abundance of hate in their community, particularly directed toward the Haitian immigrants of Springfield. Leaders of the Haitian community say they just want a chance to live in the America that they left their home country for. The city of Springfield says that City Hall will reopen tomorrow on adjusted hours from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And once again, this investigation is ongoing, and Springfield PD urges the public that if you know anything, please say something. Back to you.
Just into our newsroom, a statement, the FBI now saying it is working with the Springfield Police Department after these bomb threats and is prepared to investigate if a potential federal violation is found. As our crews have been in Springfield this week, the main concern that residents have shared with us is safety on the roads. That's right. When I've been in Springfield this week, they told me they feel the migrant community drives recklessly. State and city leaders also pointed out driving in Haiti is vastly different than driving in Ohio. Now, those same leaders say they're working together to make the roads safer.
Now, the driving situation's bad. Giving them licenses is, and they don't understand. They can't even read English. So how are they going to read the signs?
I had a Haitian stop, or I'm sorry, a visitor stop, and wanted me to go ahead and go around so they could go the wrong way down into the park. And when I wouldn't move and let them go the wrong way, they U-turned in the middle of the road and almost hit the person behind them.
Many Springfield residents telling me that they don't have a problem with the Haitian community in Springfield other than their driving skills. On top of those concerns, YouTube videos and tweets like this one here are insinuating that the Haitian community is cheating on driver's tests at the BMV in order to obtain a license here. So we sat down with the leader of the Ohio BMV today to break down facts versus fiction.
I've seen the same video. I can tell you our driver examiners monitor the knowledge testing portion of that process very closely. There are actually cameras in our facilities on those knowledge testing kiosks.
And if the BMV catches someone cheating?
If we catch a person cheating, they're not allowed to have phones on the counter. They're not allowed to have written instructional aids or anything written down, any notes or anything like that.
Norman also addressed concerns about cheating in the driving portion of the test.
Language assistance aids or interpreters are not allowed to be used for that in-car testing portion.
For Springfield residents who are afraid of being out on the roads right now, Governor DeWine says help is on the way.
We've seen a willingness of Haitians to come forward and, when they had the opportunity, to take driver's training. We've got to provide more of that. We have to change our laws so that we can make sure that 18-year-olds and over, people over 18 and over, do get the training that they need. That's not required under our law today. We have to change that.
Local pastors are also weighing in on what they're calling the, quote, racial unrest in Springfield. The group is calling on the community to embrace each other, saying there's an opportunity to grow if they work together.
I want you to imagine two soup pots that are big and on the ground. And on this soup pot, everybody has a really long spoon and is trying to feed themselves. And they're going to starve. And on this soup pot, those same people have been equipped with long spoons and the opportunity to feed each other. And they will thrive.
Now, the group is made up of numerous Springfield pastors and faith leaders, each echoing the same message. Some called on President Joe Biden to help bring in federal resources to better handle what they're saying is a surging population, while others said people immigrating to the area have a lot to offer the community.
Yesterday, you may remember we did an investigation into the homeless population in Springfield, debunking rumors that stated homeless Haitians were sleeping in people's front yards. Today, I sat down one-on-one with the executive director of the Clark County Community Action Agency, also called the OIC, who helps thousands of homeless Springfield community members. He shares what his agency has experienced.
I can tell you that of the 5,000 people that we help with utility assistance, we've helped 2 Haitians. Of the 700 people that we have paid for to stay in shelter, 3 families. Haitian people in this community are very self-sufficient.
Calabrese says there is a homeless problem in Springfield, but the Haitian population is not a part of it. As we continue to follow this story, we'll keep you up to date both on air and online. You can find all of our previous coverage right now on Dayton247now.com.
Today, the 2 men accused in the murder of a 12-year-old little girl, Isabella Amor Carlos, appeared in front of a judge for the first time since new charges were announced just this week. Melena Brown was in that courtroom, joins us now with what we've learned.
Today, both Javon Connor and Antoine Benton entered not guilty pleas on all counts they're facing. Those include 2 counts of murder and 3 counts of felonious assault. Both face up to life in prison. During their arraignment, the judge said that both defendants will be assigned a public defender, and both had their bond set at $1 million. They face additional weapons charges. It was found that an AK-47 and an AR-15 were used in the shooting that killed Amor Carlos. Neither of the men were legally allowed to possess those weapons. They will appear in court again for a scheduling conference in just 2 weeks. We'll continue to bring you updates to this story on air and online. Back to you.
A live look from our Eco Plumber Skycam now. Let's send things out to Chief Meteorologist Natalie Walters, who's out at tonight's Thursday Night Lights game. Natalie, how's it looking out there?
You know what, it's feeling pretty nice out here. As you can see, it's pretty breezy as we're still tracking Francine weakening as it continues to make its way off to the northeast. But I'm here at Trotwood Madison as they're about to take on Alter for Thursday Night Lights. We have some high clouds across the area, which is actually making for some cool atmospheric optics. We have sundogs as well as what looks to be a halo around the sun. So if you want to take a peek outside, that's what's going on. But this is what we're tracking for our temperatures. 80s across the board. We got 86 in Dayton, 87 in Troy, 88 in Sydney. It's a little breezy and it's also fairly low humidity out here, so it doesn't feel too bad, especially in the shade. That being said, we're hovering right around where we were compared to this time yesterday, so not a huge change from where we were, but we will continue to see this warm weather stick around, and unfortunately, very dry weather stick around for us heading up into these next several days. We'll continue with our dry forecast, but I will be tracking a chance for some rain, small rain chances eventually. I'll talk about that and those drought conditions coming up here in just a bit.
Much of the state now under drought conditions. We're going to have a look at that impact happening here in the Miami Valley.
You're watching Dayton 24/7 now.
The Sports Desk is sponsored
Weather Window, presented by the National Weather Desk.
A beautiful morning along the Alabama Gulf Coast in the wake of Hurricane Francine's effects there, even though there still was some high surf. High-level cirrus clouds blowing out of the storm helped create this halo over Conway, South Carolina. And it worked out that many spots across the northern states were able to see the northern lights last night. There will be another chance at them tonight.
Want to see your weather photos and videos on TV? Click Chime In on this station's website to share.
Much of the state seeing abnormally dry and drought conditions. Meteorologist Tim Boyd joins us now with a look at what this means for our area.
That's right, drought conditions. The latest drought monitor released this morning at 8 a.m. showing worsening conditions across much of the state, which we did expect. It has been drier than normal in the past several weeks and much warmer as well. So in Miami Valley here, you can see severe drought where those orange colors are. So that has now taken over at least half of the Miami Valley, including the Dayton region, Montgomery, part of Miami County, seeing this as well. The entire region, at least in moderate. Now off to our southwest east, they're seeing things a little bit worse out there. You see those reds, so that extreme and excessive drought conditions out there. But right now in the Miami Valley, we do not have any water restrictions in place, but if this trend continues, that could be something we're talking about in the near future.
Well, I'm live here for Thursday Night Lights as we are watching Trotwood Madison about to take on Alter. It's a beautiful evening for some football, a little bit breezy out here as we have seen the remnants of Francine. Right now, post-tropical cyclone Francine continue to head off to the north, but unfortunately, we will not be seeing the impacts from Francine right here in the Miami Valley. So we were just talking about those drought conditions. There's not going to be any relief from those drought conditions over these upcoming days. There was a very small chance for a shower, and you can see they are pumped up behind me. And I have heard that this is going to be a great game this evening, so I'm looking forward to that. But outside of that, we have some high clouds building in. That'll be the trend tomorrow. In fact, a little bit cloudier tomorrow as we'll start to see mostly cloudy skies across the Miami Valley. Temperature-wise, it's going to be warm. We're going to have lots of sunshine across the area heading into this weekend. And then temperatures are also going to be very warm. We're tracking mid-upper 80s across the region as we head into these next several days. We do have a small chance for rain heading into next week. Starting off Tuesday, Wednesday timeframe, there will be an approaching system that'll bring a very small chance for rain across the Miami Valley. It is something we'll be tracking closely, but I will say at this point, it does not look like this is going to be bringing us substantial rainfall for the region. So unfortunately, over these next 7 days, those drought conditions will persist for us right here in the Miami Valley. So if you need to water the grass, anything to relieve those dry conditions. I know yards have definitely been looking rough, mine in particular, due to the lack of rainfall across the region. But as I mentioned, Francine bringing us some gusty winds tonight into early tomorrow. Outside of that, we're tracking a pretty dry forecast with some sunshine this weekend, mid-upper 80s, which will be above normal for this time of the year. And then eventually what we'll be tracking by next week with our Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday time frame is a small chance for rain with an approaching storm system. It's not until potentially late next week we'll have a more significant chance for rain as well as a cool down across the area too. So that's a quick look at your forecast. I'm going to be out here. I'm looking forward to this game here. Should be a good one. I heard that last year was a pretty good one as well. So beautiful stadium, beautiful evening for some football. And tomorrow evening also going to be a nice evening for some football. No need for a jacket. Just make sure you have those shades, especially around kickoff before that sun begins to set. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Multiple police departments around the Miami Valley taking to social media to thank their female officers on National Policewoman Day. Kettering PD posting this picture stating only about 13% of the U.S. police force are women. They say they're lucky to have these lovely ladies. Beaver Creek Police Department sharing this picture showcasing their female officers. Here in a second, they're recognizing the hard work and dedication of their 11 female officers, making history as the largest number of women ever on the Beaver Creek PD staff.
A story from our partners at the Dayton Business Journal. A leading shooting and hunting store in the Miami Valley is celebrating its 50th anniversary with a bang. Old English Outfitters is expanding its firearm showroom and archery range next week. The $3.5 million archery supercenter will open its doors next. The 30,000 square foot facility is located right beside Ginghamsburg Road. The president of the Old English says that the team has been working hard on the expansion, and they're excited to give customers an unforgettable experience. We have all the details right now at Dayton247now.com, and you can find these stories plus others like it under the Dayton Business Journal heading in the News tab.
Time now for the Bob's Discount Furniture Sports Desk. Week 4 of Thursday Night Lights takes off to Trotwood, Madison as the Rams host Alter. Matt Digby will be calling the game, and he's live in Trotwood right now. The last 2 games between these schools have been classics, and there's a lot of enthusiasm for this year. Matt?
Yeah, ladies, this is actually the 3rd straight year that the Week 4 matchup of Thursday Night Lights has featured the Knights and Rams, and both of the last 2 years, it's been a situation of Trotwood coming from behind in the second half to win, so both teams certainly fired up, and especially considering both teams enter Week 4 looking for some positive momentum. Alter right now 1-2, trying to respond from a tough road loss at Taft 6 nights ago. Trotwood, though, still going for their very first win of the season after close calls each of the first 3 weeks. Now, speaking with the 2 head coaches, Jeff Graham and Ed Domsides, they say it's a testament to the team's reputation and past successes that in order to continue that success, you have to earn it. It won't be just given to you.
You're playing a state championship game. No one is going to take you lightly, okay? And so they need to embrace that. They need to embrace that challenge. And we've been able to do that for 20-some years here, for a whole generation. We're going to find out a lot over not just this week, but over the next 2 or 3 weeks.
The season is still young. We still got, 7, 8 more games left. And if we go out and execute, practice hard, we can put ourselves in a great situation. So it takes a full team to go out and execute.
And of course, both coaches with mutual respect for each other and the opponent team. Of course, the connections between the two. Domsides, a former Trotwood student and a graduate, now the head coach of Alter. Jeff Graham played under Domsides at Alter, and now he's the head coach of Trotwood Madison. So, of course, that connection always strong between those 2 men. Keith Tage and I will have the call at 7 o'clock on My TV Dayton, and coverage of the game coming up tonight at 10 and 11. We'll send it back to the studio live in Trotwood. I'm Matt Digby.
And just as Digby said, we will be broadcasting tonight's game over on My TV Dayton. That's 22.3 over on the air, and Spectrum Channel 24. Each week, we highlight a local matchup between schools across the Miami Valley. We'll also catch you up on the best plays every Thursday night right here at Dayton 24/7 Now. Next week, we will be out at Tri-Village as the Patriots take on the Ansonia Tigers.
We'll be right back after the break. You're watching Dayton 24/7 Now.
Hun, you gotta take airborne.
The Dayton 24/7.
We highlight teams on the field each week. During Thursday Night Lights, we want to shine the light on the local communities surrounding the team. Since tonight's game is at Trotwood, we sent Tej Joshi out to get to know the community off the turf.
Week 4 of our Thursday Night Lights series has brought our team to Trotwood Madison High School here in the city of Trotwood. This is a community that is unique and very community-oriented. I spent the day exploring this wonderful place, seeing their local parks and some of their historic landmarks. But what truly brought me joy was meeting local business owners who were excited to see their community shining. I stopped by a local coffee shop that is also an event venue and also a comic book store geared towards kids, adults, and even senior citizens. I stopped by a local pizza place that is also a community hotspot, and the team here regularly does volunteer work and donates pizzas to those in the community in need. I finished my day of exploring Trotwood, Ohio by chatting with the mayor of this community. She told me she is looking forward to the progress coming to Trotwood, both from big businesses expanding here and the growth of small mom and pop shops across the area. Remember, you can watch the entirety of our Thursday